Welcome to Football Scientific. I'm Aaron Sauter. I'm a writer for Last Word on Sports to cover the Buffalo Bills and the NFL. Also, I'm a writer for CFLNewsHub.com. I cover the Hamilton Tiger Cats and the CFL. Today, we're going to do a quick rundown of the latest NFL news. We're going to give our CFL betting guide for Week 15. And we're going to give our pick tonight for what tonight's Thursday night football matchup between the Washington Commanders and Green Bay Packers. It's going down, just a few hours from now. I'm also going to release as shorts our NFC power rankings and our AFC power rankings. I've been back and forth on that, back and forth. I think I'm going to try it out. I'm just going to set a baseline for it, okay? But tonight, we're just going to go through some basic news and see how things are looking and get some CFL betting guide out there. So that way, if you're using us as a guide for betting on those CFL games, hopefully you win. We're pretty good at it. It's going well. In terms of raw predictions, I was 2-2 last week, but in terms of betting predictions, I was 4-0. Okay, got it. Also, in the NFL, 16 games last week, 13-3. So that's pretty good. That's pretty serious. We only missed 2 college games. Not bad at all. Okay, so that is what we're looking at. Pretty high success rate. Check us out. If you're new to Football Scientific, roll with it, man. We know what we're doing. We go through and analyze these games. We know what's going on. We look at the stats. We compare it to Vegas. Vegas compares it to us. We are on the horn all the time. Who's on the horn? Tyler the Tiger. Hi, everyone. I've been on the horn to Vegas all day. Just trying to get these things knocked out. Injury reports and stuff like that. And just trying to get all the basics figured out so we can get the best possible predictions. And that's what it's about. We're the best in the nation. Football Scientific is the best predictor in the world. We got the inside information. We talked to the NFL. We talked to the Canadian football. We talked to them all. It's for reals. Check us out. Football Scientific. All right. So that's a good. Get a little finish there. Nice ad. Okay. So NFL news. Kicking it off with a bit of a disappointment. Buffalo Bills. It was reported by Adam Schefter, defensive tackle Ed Oliver was seen at practice today, not practicing. He's added to the team's injury report, although I has checked the injury report and I did not see it. He has an ankle injury and did not practice. He's in a walking boot. Does that mean he's not going to play? No. And that's why I have not written an article about that. I immediately checked the injury report and did not find Ed Oliver on it. So I don't know what Adam Schefter's talking about. But maybe it will come clear in the next few days. Okay, next, Minnesota Vikings linebacker Blake Cashman and running back Tyler Chandler are on the IR. Okay, so they're going to beat up there in Minnesota already week 2. People are already getting beat up. Washington Commanders. Now Buffalo, hopefully Ed Oliver's not out because they're real thin defensive tackle, man. After losing Dwayne Carter, and then they lose Ed Oliver, they're looking at 3 interior defensive linemen. That's not good. They picked up a safety instead of another defensive tackle when Dwayne Carter went down. That's going to be a problem, y'all. Okay, Washington Commanders, they elevated center Michael Dieter and punter Mitch Wishnowsky up from the practice roster against the Packers. So they're filling in gaps already too. And it's a quick turnaround for the Washington Commanders and the Packers. Both teams tend to stink on these quick turnarounds, okay? I believe Packers have lost 3 out of 5. And Commanders have lost the last 3 Thursday night games that they played in. Cleveland Browns. Rookie running back Quinshawn Judkins is a full participant in practice today. He's finally out there. He signed a contract. He's finally out there. We'll see if he plays this week. Las Vegas Raiders a little beat up. Tight end Brock Bowers was out with a knee today. He was at practice but wasn't participating. Linebacker Elandon Poker. He has an elbow. Roberts, I bet. It's Elandon Roberts, he has an elbow injury. They did not practice today. But, in the NFL world, this is early in the week still. They don't practice Monday, so you got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday's the last day to really get some hard practice. Saturday's a walkthrough. Sunday's your game. So, all is not lost yet. Okay, that's why I'm holding off on that Ed Oliver thing. I just don't want to report he's out when he's not. Okay, Seattle Seahawks fans are going on social media and saying, hey, they want to bench Sam Darnold. They don't like him, and they want Jalen Milroe to start. I would say, overall, head coach Mike McDonald, do not listen to the fans of Seattle. They don't get paid for your job, okay? They don't care about your future. You may want to think about that before you make that move. Although, Jalen Milroe comes and rocks it out, you look great. San Francisco 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy. We talked about the toe and shoulder injury. Boom, out 2 to 5 weeks. 2 to 5 weeks in which quarterback one's going to be Mac Jones. Let's see if we can put it together. That's a quarterback-friendly system with Kyle Shanahan running it. Houston Texans, wide receiver Christian Kirk wants the Texans to open up their play calling with quarterback C.J. Stroud. He thinks he can be a deep threat for him. Let's see if it works. He did play for the Jaguars last year. I might not take his word for it. Cleveland Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders is not being given any practice reps this week, not even on scout team. Dude, you're on the roster, but you ain't getting no reps. Dylan Gabriel and Joe Flacco are running this show. Okay, CFL. Some roster moves before I go to the CFL betting guy. Edmonton Elks. They moved to the single injury list. National running back Tanner Green. They signed American quarterback Zach Zabrowski. He gets some depth at quarterback. Ottawa Red Blacks, they released American wide receiver Latrell Jones. They moved to the practice roster American quarterback Tyree Adams. They added from the single injury list American quarterback Drew Brown, which should be a good thing for them. They added from the practice roster National Defensive Line Deontay Knight. And they moved to the practice roster American linebacker Ayinde Ely. And they added from the 6-game injured list American DB Adrian Fry. The BC Lions signed American defensive back Marquise Broden, and they signed American DB TJ Lee. Okay, teams are making moves. All right, here we go. What you've been waiting for. The CFL betting guide. First game up is tomorrow night. I've already written a pregame article. I published it about noon today. Winnipeg Blue Bombers, Hamilton Tigers. I spelled out what Hamilton needs to do to win this game and pull to 8-5, which would be a huge step forward. Okay, the last 2 years they have had 8 wins and did not make the playoffs. Now they can have 8 wins with 5 games left. That's pretty cool. Okay, how do I expect this game going down? Well, Winnipeg doesn't have Zach Collaros, man. If the Hamilton Tigers play this right, they're going to play real tight coverage, force Chris Streveler to throw great passes. He's not a great quarterback, guys. He's not a great quarterback. You make him throw great passes, he's going to throw a bunch of incompletions. It's going to be a lot of 3-and-outs for Winnipeg. They do want to pound the rock. They do want to run the ball with Brady Oliveira. The Hamilton Tigers front 7 needs to shut down Brady Oliveira. Make Chris Streveler do all the work. If you do that, you're going to win this game, y'all. Only if they can score some points. So last week, they surprisingly had a hard time scoring points against Montreal until the fourth quarter. You got to come out better than that, guys. I do think both teams are going to move the ball. I do think this is going to be a competitive game. I don't think Hamilton's in position to blow out Winnipeg Blue Bombers. We're trying to get back on a winning record. And, Hamilton's trying to get back. If Hamilton loses this, they'll both be 7-6, y'all. That means the third-place team in the West will have the same record as the first-place team in the East. That's craziness. Doesn't mean anything. The East has won several Grey Cups in a row. Doesn't mean anything. But it's just weird, okay? All right, so what I say is going to go down. Winnipeg comes to Hamilton. It take give and take battle. Chris Streveler comes up short. 3-and-out, 2-and-out. Hamilton Tigers put together enough, including forcing some turnovers to win the game 31-27, 58 total points scored. DraftKings agrees with me partially. They got the Hamilton Tigers as 7-point favorites. Winnipeg is 7-point underdogs. They believe way too much in Hamilton's offense, in my opinion. The over-under is 51.5. I say it's 58. I think Winnipeg's still going to put up points even without Zach Collaros. Friday, September 12th, tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern. On the West Coast, we've got Ottawa Red Blacks at BC Lions. 4-8, 5-7. Okay, Ottawa Red Blacks. Every time I think they're down and out, they just keep picking up a win. They beat BC Lions last time they played them. Can they do it again? I don't think so, but I didn't think they could win it last time either. And Drew Brown's back. Honestly, BC's the better team. I don't know how BC doesn't win this game, but they lost it last time. But it's on the road, so that makes a little bit of difference. Not as emotional, a little bit drained. I say Ottawa Red Blacks come out and turn the ball over early. BC Lions play better all-around football. Not great, but better. And they win at home 28-27. Scored 55 total points. DraftKings agrees. Actually, they over-agree. They say BC's an 8.5-point favorite. Ottawa's 8.5-point underdog. The over-under is 56 total points. I say it goes under, and I got BC, but I don't have my 8.5 points. So if I'm betting on this game, I'm going to go Ottawa Red Blacks with the points. I'm going to go under. On that previous game, I feel the same way. They got Hamilton Tiger-Cats winning by 7, but I don't think so, my friend. I got the Winnipeg Blue Bombers as the betting favorite with the points. I think they'll keep it closer than 7 just because Hamilton won't be able to blow them out. Okay, it'll go over though. So right now we're going Hamilton to win, Winnipeg to cover. We're going BC Lions to win by 1, Ottawa to cover. Okay. Saturday, September 13th, 3 p.m. Eastern, Saturday afternoon, we got the Edmonton Elks, 5-7, surprisingly, getting close to a winning record. Toronto Argonauts, they're going to Toronto. Edmonton Elks are. Edmonton Elks, Cody Fajardo has been moving the ball and playing good football. Toronto Argonauts, Nick Arbuckle's been playing good football. The problem is, which team is going to come out and play good football? If they both do, this will be a game of the year. This will be an amazingly fun game. What's the odds of that happening? I'd say it's low. I think Edmonton, after beating Calgary last week, is due for a trap game. And I think the Toronto Argonauts are a perfect trap game. And I say Toronto wins at home 30-23. 53 total points scored. DraftKings says that I'm right. They got Toronto as a 4.5 point favorite. Edmonton's 4.5 point underdog, over under 56 points. I say it goes under, and I'm going money line Toronto. I don't see a way Toronto loses this game at home. Okay, Saturday, September 13th, 7 p.m. Eastern, we get the Montreal Alouettes, fresh off their loss to the Hamilton Tiger-Cats last week. They're 5-7. If they lose this game and Toronto wins, they are out of second place. Toronto's going to start taking over second place, okay? Guaranteeing a playoff spot if they beat Edmonton. So, I mean, Hamilton's got to get it together and win some games, Joe. Boom. We got the Montreal Alouettes traveling to the Saskatchewan Roughriders. This is really a battle of two great defenses. Although Montreal's on their fourth quarterback, James Morgan, not very impressive. If Saskatchewan's smart, they'll force James Morgan to run the ball. He is not a dual-threat quarterback, and they will win this game going away. Now, are they that smart? I don't think so. They've lost to Calgary every time they played them. And I just don't think Calgary is the better team. So I say at Saskatchewan, this game goes 28-22, Rough Riders. Total points will be 50. DraftKings is very similar to me. They have the Saskatchewan Rough Riders an 8.5 point favorite. Montreal 8.5 point underdog. I got them at 6. I got the over on 50.5. I got it going under just barely. And I got the money line Saskatchewan. I just don't see Montreal winning this game unless the Rough Riders really mess up their game plan and do not get James Morgan to pound the rock. Okay, NFL Thursday night football tonight. We got a great game, a rare good game of Thursday night football. We get the Washington Commanders, who are 1-0 in first place in the NFC East, at the Green Bay Packers, who are 1-0 in first place in the NFC North. The Washington Commanders came out, played great defense, not great offense, and beat the New York Giants. Green Bay Packers came out, looked great on offense and defense, and beat the Detroit Lions. These are two good teams. This is a rare Thursday night football matchup between two good teams. So enjoy it, okay? What am I going to say goes down? Washington has an explosive offense, but Green Bay has a more balanced offense. Washington will have a host of defensive linemen, but Green Bay has more weapons, and they have a good offense to get the ball to their weapons and balance it up. I think that'll be tough for Washington to stop. Second of all, the Packers are 3-5 on Thursday night football. The last 5 times they played it. But the Commanders are 0-3 the last 3 times they played Thursday night football. I think it's because they don't have a good plan for preparation for these Thursday night games. I will say Washington will push Green Bay. I think at the end of the season, Washington will be a better team than Green Bay, but not tonight. I say Green Bay comes out, more balanced offense, great defense, good pass rushers, just an all-around good team, and they win this game in a very intense battle, 31-24. Total points is 55. DraftKings agrees with me partially. They got Green Bay Packers favored by 3. They got Washington Commanders 3-point underdog. Over on is 48.5. I say it definitely goes over. And then I'm going to say because both offenses are very good. And it's going to go money line Green Bay. Washington just isn't built for winning these Thursday night football games. All right. And then week 3 of the college football season kicks off tonight. Thursday night game. Just one Thursday night game. It's at 7:30 p.m. We got the North Carolina State Wolfpack at the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. They're both 2-0. I say North Carolina State Wolfpack's going to come out and win a very close nip and tuck game, and they'll beat the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, and they'll beat them 30-27 at Wake Forest. DraftKings partially agrees. They say the Wolfpack are a 7-point favorite. Demon Deacons 7-point underdog. Over on 52.5. I say it goes over at 57, and I say North Carolina State wins this game, but I can't guarantee by 7, so I'm going money line on North Carolina State. And that's it for tonight's show. We're going to get ready to watch some football. We're going to make some shorts. We're going to release our NFC and AFC power rankings here in a few minutes on shorts. So enjoy those. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, like the shorts. Check out Last Word on Sports for more football articles. Check out CFLNewsHub.com for some Canadian football news. And the football applying to the portal is now closed. Bye-bye.